Happy New Year, everybody. My first live of 2024. I hope everybody had an incredible Christmas break. Ours was fully unstructured, well, 90% unstructured, and just kind of go with the flow. We got sidetracked with some colds, so we had to adapt and pivot. Anyways, I wanted to hop in and kind of go into detail about the post that I did on Friday about vision casting and vision boards because currently that is what everybody's doing, right? You're creating your vision board, you're writing down your dreams, you're daydreaming, you're implementing amazing new healthy habits and exercises and going in all in on your business. And if you Google this, on January 17th worldwide, it is the day where everybody just bails on these goals and resolutions, right? It's the resolution hangover. You're done. And there's a really good reason in this going back thousands of years. And I'm actually going to turn it on its head. So if this resonates with you, stick with me. If you think I'm batshit crazy, I love you. No hard feelings. And I'll see you later. I'd like you to consider our actual seasons. Forget the calendar, right? Because the original calendar was actually only made up of 10 months, okay? Based on lunar cycles. It actually started in March, and there's actually cultures now that still observe that as their new year, even though they're forced into using the universal calendar that runs January to December. But their New Year's is in the spring. And if you think about it logically, that's when the new is born, right? Baby bunnies show up in your front yard, your tulip starts to bloom, you start planting those seeds, you start to see a little bit of growth, a little bit of something. And that's when things are happening. So my thought, and has been really, is the new year is not until spring, right? In the cold months, we retreat, we hibernate. That's the time to go in, figuratively and literally, and really decide what went right in your life, what you want to change, who you want to be, and how you're going to be that person now, right? It's not the time to implement massive change. It is so hard to stick to a diet right now and an exercise regime because we're like a bear. We just want to hibernate. We want to slow down. I'm not saying not to exercise, but I'm also saying don't implement this huge new routine into your life or accelerate what you've already been doing tenfold because your body is just not seasonally energized to do that. The energy level is not there. So I've mentioned before in the Life Lab, we're actually going from start to finish. So we're doing a time audit. We're also doing an energy audit. And that will actually show you what time of day, time of year you're best to put your highest demanding work on your plate. So right now, I challenge you to absolutely make vision boards, but don't go to implement them. Take the time to reflect on what you did so that you don't put out overly ambitious goals. I mean, dream big, but spread it out into spring. Summer is like, you really want things revved up by summer. We plant everything in the spring, right? I do a lot of batching, a lot of programs already built so that I can push them out in the summer and late summer, especially, right? In September, when kids go back, we seem to go back into a routine. Fall, also, a lot of harvesting, bringing people into your world, showing them the growth that they've so far have been able to produce before we hit back into the hibernation season, which I would say usually starts mid-December. I know there's a big push at the end of the year to really grow, and that's fine, but you're doing the work right now and in the spring for that harvesting in December, right? Like ancient Rome, harvest time was in December. That's why the year ended, and then you start again. You plant, you nurture, you wait for your crops to grow. So, as my post stated, so a lot of the reasons that people are going to fall off the wagon when it comes to resolutions, they're overly ambitious. You know, if you want to lose 20 pounds this year, please understand it's not going to happen in January. You might actually gain weight before you lose weight, right? It's like when we declutter, we got to make a mess before we clean up the mess. Our body's the exact same way. I know there's a ton of my friends right now doing detoxes, and they're breaking out and they're putting water weight on, and they're just super frustrated. And a few of them have already gone back to the way things were, not giving nature the time it requires to bring you back into that homeostasis way your body wants to operate. So that really applies to everything in your life. Business is the exact same way. You got to break apart the systems that you were working with last year in order to rebuild and pivot into what you want to happen this year. So the goal might be 20 pounds or 10K months, but how are we going to get there? This is the planning we do right now. We take the micro steps and we map them out, because additionally, if we don't hit the 20 pounds or 10K at the end of the month, we are so hard on ourselves. Meanwhile, we didn't make micro steps. Okay, if I'm traveling across the country, I have stops on the way there. I'm not going straight there. It's literally impossible, because we'll fall asleep and drive into a ditch. Figuratively, literally, again. So you got to set up micro goals, right? I have a client. She wants to increase her water intake. So the goal is always to drink your weight in water, right? So if you're 100 pounds, you want to drink 100 ounces of water, but we're starting with half of that. So her goal right now until March is going to get herself to 50 ounces of water a day, comfortably, consistently. That's our first point. Then we're going to increase that by another half. And then by August, we should be at the full 100 ounces of water. I hope this is making sense. These are wins. And when you celebrate them and realize like, okay, that feels good, you're actually motivated to keep going. It's like when you check things off your list, right? When one thing's crossed off, you're like, okay, I have the ambition, I have the motivation, I have the activation to keep going. And this is all internal. So the next one was lack of planning, which, like I just stated, if you don't have those points, you're gonna get lost along the way. And that leads us into the time frame. Again, you're not going to lose 20 pounds by the end of January. You're not going to make 10K at the end of January if you're only bringing in $1,000 a month. Now, yes, of course, there's always a chance that could happen. But if it does happen, can you consistently repeat it if you don't have the structure set up? I'm going to confidently say it's not going to be consistent. It's going to be a one-off. And then again, you're going to be down on yourself like you did something wrong, and you didn't. You just have to look back to see what worked and how you got there in order to be able to repeat it. Again, that works with your health, your family, your business. And lastly, the all or nothing mindset. If you are currently making $1,000 a month from your business, but your goal is 10, but you only made 4, that is a massive accomplishment. That is a 400% increase. That is something to be super excited about, and not down on yourself that you didn't make that goal. So, in order to not completely abandon every goal you have set for yourself, I urge you to take January to just play with what is possible. Okay, when you create that vision board, I want you to understand it's not in stone. You can change it, you can pivot. I actually change mine almost quarterly. There are things that stay on there pretty consistent until I achieve them or no longer align with them. But there's a lot that changes because I go through seasons. Like my current vision board, which I'll be sharing with you guys in the upcoming masterclass, is all about business growth and personal growth and elevating my health and my family's health. That is my current focus for these coming 3 months. Hey, Georgie. The summer months will be business growth, right? Bringing in clients, helping them see what I've learned and how they can have the same thing. January will be refocusing, August will be refocusing, and then December again. Final push, and then we start again with building and giving birth to what we want for the upcoming 10 months. So, having said that, we are going to be doing a free masterclass. We're going to actually take about an hour to create a vision together. We're going to do some reflecting, we're going to do some planning, we're going to do some dream casting, and then we're going to end up with a beautiful template that you save as your desktop or your screen on your phone. That is going to be your Q1 vision board. So if you want to join, please let me know. It's just going to be in a private group, very safe, very small, because I want us to be able to connect together and really share our vision. So message me if that's something you're interested. It is going to be, what day is it today? I know it's in a week. Vision board. So next week, it's either going to be Monday or Tuesday. I haven't decided. Again, if you want the link for the class, just let me know, or I will include it in the stories later on today. Anyways, guys, take it slow, take it easy. It is hibernation season. Be a bear. Do what bears do. Relax, slow down, and really, really feel into what you want for this year, which starts in March. Just to, turn things up on its head. All right, talk to you soon.